Today we're going to set some goals. Hi, I'm Dr. David Cosgrave and welcome to the Exam Performance Institute. This video is closely linked to the previous topic of motivation. You now have established your overall purpose or reason for studying, your why. I hope you've created that image and you have it prominently displayed in your study area, on your laptop and on your phone. It's going to act as a visual reminder anytime you might start to drift off track. Today we're going to put some specific targets in front of us so that we know exactly what we're trying to achieve. We're going to make this very, very simple. We're going to break this down in terms of overall goals, what we'll call an outcome goal, and then we'll break that down into shorter term goals that'll act as a checkpoint along the way to see if we're going in the right direction in achieving our overall goal. The second step in goal setting process is to look at actions or process goals, and process is the key to all high performance. It's process or actions that we do on a consistent basis that will deliver the overall outcome goals that we're trying to achieve. So as I mentioned, the first thing that we're going to look at is creating outcome goals. Outcome goals are the things or the results that we want to achieve. So that might be a certain GPA level. I want to graduate with a certain GPA. Get specific about your target. Keep in mind the year of study that you're in and your current GPA, but get specific about the GPA that you want to achieve when you graduate. What we're going to do then is reverse engineer that GPA. So we're going to go and break that down into shorter term targets. On a semester level, I need to get a certain GPA per semester in order to achieve that overall GPA goal. And then I'm going to break that down even further in terms of on a per subject basis. So in this subject, I need to achieve a certain grade in order to hit that GPA target. And finally, I'm going to break that down even further in terms of within each subject. Within those subjects, I need to achieve a certain grade or score in each element of the assessment strategy. So if you have assignments and exams, what do you need to achieve in each of those elements in order to reach your grade for that particular subject? You'll see underneath the video that I've created a PDF, and that PDF goes through this process in step-by-step detail, creating your outcome goals and breaking them down into shorter term targets that allow you to see if you're progressing in the right direction. Only 3% of all adults set goals. Do you think that those 3% are more or less successful than the other 97%? You already know the answer to that. The people with specific and clearly defined goals are more successful than the people who have no goals. And there's a reason for that. When you have clear, specific targets in your mind, your brain will start to actively try to help you in terms of achieving those goals. And that's what we're working towards. The second part of the goal setting process that we mentioned was setting process or action goals. There can be no achievement without action. Taking action is essential. Massive, massive action. And I'm going to give you 5 specific actions that you can take, that you can do consistently, that will positively impact your exam performance. But when we talk about action goals or process goals, it is the actions that we're going to do on a regular basis that are going to decide whether or not the outcome goal gets realized. So for example, a perfectly legitimate outcome goal would be for me to say, I want to make $1 million by tomorrow morning. It has a specific amount and a time frame on it. However, if I just sit around in my chair and wait for tomorrow morning, it's very unlikely that that $1 million is just going to materialize out of thin air. I have to take action. If I don't take the required action, I'm not going to make that amount of money. It's the exact same principle when it comes to your exams. If you say, I want to graduate with a certain GPA, that's a perfectly legitimate outcome goal to set. However, if you don't take action, there's no way that you can achieve that goal. So the high performance is in the process or in the action that you take. That's what's going to determine your results. We've already taken 100% responsibility for our grades and for our performance. And that's what that amounts to. Taking the required action that's going to drive your results. And as I mentioned, I'll give you 5 specific but very simple actions that you can take on a consistent basis that's going to drive your exam performance. We're going to mix that with a little bit of exam technique when we talk about studying in step 3 of the performance system, and that's going to take you the rest of the way. As I mentioned, there's a PDF underneath the video to help you go through this process on a step-by-step basis. But it's very important that you set goals. Too often when I ask students, what are you trying to achieve? Or what's your goal in this set of exams? They tell me, my goal is to pass, or my goal is to do well. Which of those two examples is going to be a more successful student? The student that says, I want to pass, or even that I want to do well, or the student with clearly defined goals for each element of a subject, of a semester, and an overall GPA goal? I'm hoping that you can start to see the answer to this. Goal setting is important. The most successful people in the world set goals. You are on your way to becoming a high-performance exam student. You need to set goals too. Go through the PDF step by step, and when you've set your outcome goals, I'll see you in the next video.